Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. My name is Natalia Mendez. I am agronomist in Smart Fertilizer, and today I will be talking about how to use this software. So, for those who don't know what Smart Fertilizer is, Smart Fertilizer is able to provide optimal and personalized fertilization plans for any crop in any conditions and with any growing method. Smart is a cloud-based fertilizer management software with an advanced algorithms that give us fertilization plans based on nutritional requirement of the crop, area analysis if we have soil, waters, or tissues analysis, also the phenological states of the crop and our yield goals. So this is helping us to increase the yields, reduce production costs, and optimize the quality of the harvest because the software gives the exact amount of fertilizer that we should apply in our crop by each element. How does this work is very simple. The first thing we need to do is create our field. After we choose the crop, we will introduce our field test, water tissues, or soil analysis if we have, and we will get our fertilization report. I want to show you here that we have a crop, potato crop, where they were using our software to have the fertilization plans and to make the recommendation, and we can see the quality of the crop. Right here we see that they increased the productions in a 27% and also they reduced the fertilizers in a 40%. And as we can see here, we can see the health of the crop is not that good in the area where they didn't use smart fertilizer for this recommendation. And here is the area where they were using it. We can see the health of the crops is so much better, and probably the harvest was so much better too. Smart Fertilizer has been already working around the world with our customers for 7 years. We have 215 crops in our database, and right now we are in more than 70 countries, but our software works worldwide. Now I just want to show you how this software works. So once you get your license, that I will talk about that later, you can see them right here in our website. You can see our package, the prices, and what you can get with them. After that, you will receive your own credentials, username and password. So what you are going to do with that is you will log with your username and your password, and you can start working with the software. So the first things I want to show you is I want to give you a tour so you can see what we have and what you're going to find in the software. The first thing is the farm app. That is where you are going to create your field and add your farm. After, we will find the field test. That is where you are going to add your soil, water, or tissues analysis. I want to show you in this case, if we want to add a soil analysis, we need to put all the test details. And also we have in our database many laboratories around the world that you can find your laboratory here if you are working with it. We need to put soil texture, the farm, if we have extraction methods also, and if we don't, it doesn't matter. We can also work and add our soil analysis if we don't have it. The software is going to ask for the units and the extraction methods and the results that we are going to find them in our test. And in the end, we will have interpretation charts. I just want to show you how it's going to look. Something like this. Also, the same with our water analysis. We just need to put all the information here, and also all the nutrients, the units, and also for tissues analysis. The same thing. After that, we are going to find program, as this is where you're going to start like creating your program. We're going to find my reports, that is all the reports that we have done, where we can download them again. We will find crops. We will all the 215 crops that we have, and also we have for hydroponic, if you work with hydroponics. In this part, I want to explain you that if you have your own nutritional requirements that you are used to work with them, so if you also can add a new or create a new crop with your own information. Yeah, you can use our crop as a base, and you can change all the information that you need or that you want. You can change the nutrients requirements. You can change the days of each stage. You can change many information that you want in case that you don't want to work with the information that we have for each crop in our database. So right here, you can just go to edit and change many information you want. Change the days, change however you want, and save the information and work and make your fertilization plan based on this crop and these nutritional requirements. We also have the fertilizers. We have like 50,000 fertilizer in our database, like solid, liquid, and acid. But also, if you want to work with a specific fertilizer that you can find in your country or in the city that you are, the only thing that you need to do is add a new fertilizer, and you need to have all the information, the elements of this fertilizer, and you can just add it and do your fertilization plan with those fertilizers. We also have the labs. So it's easier to work with the labs when we are adding our soil, tissues, or water analysis. In case that your lab is not here, if you want, also you can ask for the information of the lab that you're working with, and we can add a new lab so you can work easily with them. We also have another interesting tool, that is the satellite. I want to show you. The satellite, it helps us to see the nitrogen in the crop, the plant health, the zoning, that is a mix between nitrogen and plant health, and also the water stress in the crop, which is very important. All this is according to the light reflecting of the crop that we can see this. So I just want to show you a little bit how it looks, and we can see by the different colors. Here we can see in the dark area is where we have more water than in the other area, and it's going to be the same for plant health, for zoning, and water stress. Here we can select the date, and we can check also. Here is healthier in this area, and in the color that is lighter is where we have to like take a look, because we could have some problems right there. So this information allows us to make better decisions regarding the agronomic management of the crop, because we can see some problems in the crop that cannot be seen with the naked eye sometimes. So this is a very important tool in case that we have big areas. Also, we have this other tool that is for hydroponics. Here we just need to put all the information about the irrigation. crop info, and if we have our water analysis, and whenever we are creating our fertilization plan for hydroponics, we can add this information in where we. Also, sub account, this is in case that our license or has more than one user. So we have some license with 3 users or 5 users. So this is for that. And also we have the support in case that you have some question, you don't understand something, you can just text us and we will be taking care of your problem. And the last thing we have is our account, where you can find all the information about your account. You can change the language, you can change the currency, which is very important because this software also is going to give us the cost of the fertilization plan. We have the location, and here we can change our password. Also, we can upgrade our license in case that we want more fertilization plans. So now let's start. So right here, I just want to show you. So the first thing we are going to do is enter our location, your country, your city, your farm. You will find it. And after, we will start designing our field. We can do it with these 3 tools that we have right here. We can draw. We can do like just design like this. We will have like a new field. We will see the area. We just have to put a name if you are working with whatever crop, and we will find. We have to also put our farm if you already have it, or if not, just you can put whatever name you want. Here, field name, let's say we are gonna work with corn. And field type is because, as I told you before, we can work with soil or in a greenhouse or with hydroponic. So we just need to select it. And in this part, we can just put some description about the crop, maybe the age, maybe whatever. It's gonna help us to follow the crop. And we are gonna save this information. So right now, we just can see all the information about our field. We also can use this, that is a circle, doing just this, and we repeat this in process. And in case that you cannot do this because it's very difficult, so we can use the marker that is very simple. You will find where is your farm and where is your field, and just click on it and create it. So we need to know the area because, as I told you before, the software works based on the area. So it's very important to know the area. And we repeat the same process. We just find the farm and we save all this information. After that we already have our field, so we will go to field test and we will start adding our test. As I showed you before, if we have soil, water, or tissues, we just add them. If we don't have any of them, we also can work with the software. But if we have at least one, or if we have all of them, it will be better. And after you add all your analysis, we will go to create our program. So now the software is asking us to choose the program type. If we are working with hydroponic or soil-based, in this case we will work with soil-based. So general settings, program name, in this case we are going to work with corn. Let's call it corn 1. We will select the farm and we will select the field. Now planting date, we will select when we are gonna plant. Tillage and previous crop. If we have this information, we can put it. If we don't, we won't have problem. Now we will have to put if we are going to work with fertigation or not, and with what kind of fertigation. Now we will have to select if we have a soil, tissues, water analysis. So we select whatever we have. In this case, I select soil. Also, if we need cleaning, if we need a base dressing, or if we need a blend, we need to select whatever we need. Those are the options that the software is giving us. And now we will go to crop selection. So here, we will go with corn. Now the type, in this case, I will work with the general and the growing method, and the yield goal also too. It's important to put it. It's important to put all the information so we can go to our next step and save all this information first. Now we go to the next, that is where we are going to add our soil, water, or tissues analysis if we have them. So here, I'm going to select my soil test and I will go to the next step. These are the adjust values. This information is based on your previous steps and field hectares. As I told you before, what this software does is like take all the information to make the calculations. So it takes the area, the crop, the phenological stage, and the analysis also, the yield goal. And right now it's giving us the nutrient requirements by stage and by each element after make the calculations. This step is where we are going to select the fertilizers. As I told you before, we have like 5,000 fertilizers in our database. But if you want to work with your own fertilizers, you just can it and they will appear right here in this list and you will work with them. So if you are used to work with some specific fertilizer, just add them and you can work with them. So here we are going to select some fertilizers. We will see. Okay. Also, it's important, if we know the price per kilogram, it's very important to put it so we will know how much our fertilization plan is going to cost. And the software is going to tell us how much it's going to cost per stage 2 and the total. So it's important to put the prices right here. So this software is not just giving us the amount of fertilizer, but also it's going to tell us the cost of the fertilization plants. So in this case, we are going to save. And it's very important to see here, we have the recommendation per stage, per day, or per week. As you can see, the numbers will change depending on what I want. And it's important to see this warning, because here it's telling us that we need to apply more, we need to put more nitrogen. So we will see why. Here we have every fertilizer that we select and the cost, the total cost. And right here we have the current application versus the requirement. By each element, we can see the actual requirement, current application. So here we can see that we are missing some nitrogen. So we will need to find another fertilizer to supply this and have 100%. Because as we can see, in each stage we are missing this element. It's very important to have at least 80% in this full requirement. So we need to go back and we will put some new fertilizers. Okay, now we are gonna save them again. As you can see, we don't have this warning right here as before. That means we are 90%, which is good. It's very important to play with the fertilizer so we can fill the requirement 100%. After that, we just go to the next step, that is the fertigation. We will select the stage and we will get the fertigation recipe. Right here, we have the tank distribution that is made based on the compatibility of the fertilizer and solubility of them, and we have the tank volume. In case that our tank is smaller, we can just change that, and also we can change the number of applications if we want. In this case, we can put a bigger tank. If we want. And we just save this information. After this, we just go to the next step. So here we are gonna have like general information about our fertilization plan, the farm, the field, the area, the planting day, the crop, and we just will finish. After we finish the program, we cannot edit this program anymore. So it's very important that we are sure that we put the right analysis, the right information, because we cannot modify that fertilization program anymore. We will have fertilizer summary with application amount by each fertilizers, and we are gonna download the report. So here we can select what we want. If we just want to have the fertigation in our PDF, we just do this. Or if we also want to have the fertilizer summary and the fertilizer schedule. But in this case, I will show you the full PDF report so you can see everything that you are going to have. So right here, we will see that the PDF is going to show us everything that we just did in the software. It's going to show us all the information. So general information also is going to show us the test that we select, the soil test, the interpretations, in case that we need this or we need to give this to the farmers, the interpretation chart. Here is the adjust values by each stage, and also it's very important, it's giving us the date. Also, it's gonna show us the fertilizer schedule, with the dates, the fertilizer, the amount of fertilizer that we need, and the total cost by stage. This is by each stage. And in the end, we will have the chart with the fertilizers and the amount that we will need. And the last thing we will have is the fertigation. As you can see here, we will have the tank volume and the fertilizer that we need to put by tank and the amount. Tank A, tank B, the tank volume, and that's all. And after you will find this in my report, so you can download it again, or you can send it by email, or you can use it again. But as I told you before, you cannot edit again because it's finished. So now I just want to show you about our license. So we have this impact where you will have one fertilization plan and one crop. So you can have just one. After we will have the exact that is gonna give us 50 fertilization plants, and we have one user, and as you can see, this is the price. We have the premium that give us 240 fertilization plants and with unlimited crops, and also we have 3 users, and the elite that is unlimited fertilization plants, and it has 5 users. You can pay the license monthly or yearly, depending on what is easier for you. So you can find all of them in our website, and you can check the currency. If you need to see the price in pesos or in dollars in our website, you can just click in the currency of your country and you will see the price in your currency. So if you have any question, or if you need something else, here we have the emails, so you can contact us and we can call you, we can send you more information in case that you need. So right here, you will see the license that I just showed you. If you pay them yearly, you can save 10%. And also here you can see the prices, the currency. You can change it, and you can say, like right now it's in dollars, or you can just pay monthly. And here you can see all that our license offered to you. So thank you very much for your time today. And if you have some question, please